Welcome. Thanks for braving the rain. Poetry can't be stopped by rain. I'm glad you're out here tonight. Angry Cow Poetry in the beautiful Rialto living room. Seth Vale right back here is not only a bartender, but is a co-owner of this venue. Really grateful for everything you put into making this event possible. We've got a great night. We've got lots of amazing voices in the room, some brand new for this event, some regulars in here, nice mix. We've got an opening feature, and then we've got QuietKid coming up for our main feature tonight, and then there's going to be an open mic in the middle as well. So I'm glad you're all here. First up, Kurt Witt is our opening feature, and I met Kurt here at this event, jumping on the open mic, and just really enjoyed the way you come up here and your approach and your delivery and what you bring and the energy and the improv in some of your pieces that you bring. And so I invited Kurt to open us up for us tonight. So please welcome to the stage, Kurt Witt.
Oh man, can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Ooh, we.
I got you.
Yeah? Oh.
You want it higher?
Maybe, I don't know. There, I hear myself. Man, yeah. Give another hand for my man Keith. He invited each of the poets you're about to see to come here tonight and speak. He even reached out to me to see if I would lead things off, and oftenly I recite or read tonight. It's no different indeed. I'm just excited to plant the seeds and inspire until QuietKid speaks. That man is legit a beast. I hope none of you ever owe him money, and soon you're gonna know what that means. I'm just saying he's got something to say about the ways of a thief. That's probably what caught the attention of my man Keith. Now Keith has a poetry project to teach, and the deadline is on the 13th, so if you're a poet, well, it's the wrong time to sleep. It's the right time to unleash and pursue the truth you perceive using deep words, hopefully giving some relief. Now, they say talk is cheap, so if you're able to say your piece and you can record on one of these, then you can learn more from my man Keith. You probably seen him around like a wreath. He's the vegan in chief, and he's skilled and unique. All of us geeked at the edge of our seat when that poetry leaks from my man Keith. He's able to speak to all those who are too meek, whether they be cows or sheep. And I know that he's ready to meet all those who have beef for a differing type of grief, and he's able to meet their needs. That's my man Keith. He's able to reach out and teach about all those that, each of the billions that are made bleak by a butcher who wants to eat. Whether it's a hook to the cheek or a wound that secretes all that blood that does leak when you put them to sleep, or the slaughter of peeps for those eggs that you seek. It's tragic to see, and I'm mad and intrigued at how we battle each week to eradicate this feat of saving lives that are killed on repeat. So please, feed on a peach and be out there in the streets creating stampedes for the steers and the steeds like my man Keith, who is an advocate for the alt milk and probably the alt cheese. That's my man Keith. He's got that bullish mystique. He's bovine chic. He's got that angry cow exterior, never inferior or weak. Yet if you know his poetry and his beliefs, surely you know that there's a big heart underneath. And this night is not complete without my man Keith.
Oh man. I have no idea that was coming.
Do that every night.
Yeah, wow.
Thanks, guys. You know, I do spend a lot of time in LA, but it was Ohio where I was raised, and I find ways to make it back here to find some rest or be here for some holiday festivities, whatever it is that brings me back here. I like it. See, being a Catholic kid in the Midwest, I think that Easter was the holiday I probably liked the best. And we're constantly creating the character we want to play on life stage, and we go through many different stages of change. But Easter, well, that's like that one big yearly rewrite where we get to try and decide what it is we like or dislike about ourselves and make it just right, or how we'd like it to be. And see, this all coincides with a history lesson, and yes, the Jesus metaphor of death and rebirth, as well as work in the soil to determine its worth. See, Jesus was put down on Good Friday, only to rise again on Easter Sunday, and that's why a lot of crops are dropped into the ground on one day, Good Friday. And I can't describe the excitement of running outside, not to play, but to see what had popped through the ground on Sunday. And just their special years for all of us, plants have special years too. Anyone who's a connoisseur of wine knows this to be true. And we've had a few unlucky in these 2020s and 2010s where we got to see the Monsanto monstrosities with preposterous property rights on possibly all food passed with alacrity by our government. It was intentionally less than 1 week before planting season, so there's a reason to see this as an abomination. The combination of Terminator seeds that lead to germinating organic crops and more become vanished or lost in new organic seems to be the new nomenclature. But there's no need to let these supersede nature, and to think that there's no legislature meant to rate your frankenfoods and your mutant plants that ruin habitats with a ludicrous mission to rob us of vital vitamins and salubrious nutrition, all for the sake of getting rich and owning a patent on the world's food source. So of course, like Latin, organic will become evanescent, ever-present but never in its entirety. So more tired than effervescent, you will pleasantly describe your cuisine as having an organic root, or this is an organic paste dish you choose. Let's not let that become the future of food. So when you die tonight and in the morning you're reborn, think of all the seeds spread with each life led and adorned with the purpose of your character. Now, this isn't a care lecture. This is just me sharing nectar and my rejection for genetic engineering, all while relating it to Lent, Easter, and the rearing in of a new season, seeing the leaves on trees and reading the metamorphosis. This is more than just the chrysalis that's got us changing into butterflies, but it's the size of our effect. Now, what's that got to do with the price of tea or the size of seeds or the suicides in China? Well, it's kind of like this. If you got plant DNA and animal DNA and you attach it to a virus, well, you might just get this righteous fruit that ripens and it stays like this and it's bright and it's vibrant and it hides the fact that it's bred with pesticides. So even if you're eating vegan, you can still be getting pieces of animal inside. And it's not just plants that they piece together to increase and make better, because genetically modified dairy hormones produce more milk and more cancer. And is that really the answer? Because I feel like I'm taking a chance here, seeing as how there are no labeling laws enabling a cause for attention. Because I want my selection to be natural and organic, not man's sick invention of biotechnical, unethical, wretched wrecks of vegetables that don't seem edible, let alone delectable. And it's easy to dissect with the correct etiquette when we recollect the censorship route, because there is a rating system for every video game, music album, and movie that comes out. Are we really more concerned about what affects our eyes and ears than what we put in our mouths? It's just about these life cycles of rebirth, renewal, and rejuvenation. And every month there's a new moon waiting, whether waxing or waning, and Easter's the time we choose for celebrating. It is the only Christian holiday that takes its name from pagan tradition, to recognize the transition from the old ways to the new. So stay true to everything you like and put death to the rest. Then you might rise up out of this mess and become a royal phoenix, or a genius, or a philanthropist, or just cool. It's up to you to decide what it is that defines you. See, Jesus spent 3 days in hell, so he might rise up and influence generations. So no, it might take a hint of sacrifice and dedication. And on a side note, I want to mention an event that I don't want to miss. There's going to be a total solar eclipse on April the 8th. And when you witness a glimpse of something so great, it's hard to believe that someone can't appreciate a hint or even can dismiss all of nature's other great gifts. Thank you, guys. Welcome to Poetry Month.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
If anyone's interested in the 30-30, exchange informations and hold each other accountable and create some great art. Thanks, guys.
All right. And that's just the start. Give it up one more time for Kurt Witt. Thank you so much, Kurt. I'm honored for that piece of me. Thank you. Not expecting that at all, but that was lovely. I met QuietKid, and I have no idea that you would know this, but there was a slam. Hey, TaJuan. There was a slam at up in Cleveland. I don't even remember the venue. I had met just cause Khalil Cage a little bit before that, and Khalil was performing that night in the slam, and I was excited, so I went up. And at that slam, I heard for the first time QuietKid. I heard Mixed Rose for the first time, and I heard Exposure for the first time. I don't know if you remember that slam or not. Yeah. So, I mean, this slam was loaded. I couldn't even tell you the outcome at this point in time, but everybody was amazing. And I've heard QuietKid many times performing solo as well as performing as part of the Sparrow's Fortune. It's an amazing collective of incredible artists up in Cleveland. Some of you are already very familiar with them. If you're not, you should be. They put on fantastic shows. I'm really excited to bring QuietKid to our feature here tonight. So please give a nice warm welcome to QuietKid.
Good morning. I want to talk to y'all about friendship. When they ask, why after all these years do I still go by QuietKid, I'll tell them, it keeps my friend alive. Keeps an entire bloodline feeling sanctified, my friend. Quiet enough to make you listen close, reserved enough to rarely speak, wise enough to know that these words create worlds. Watch what you say about my friend. In other words, watch what you say about me. If you can't shut the fuck up, you might get shut the fuck down. If you can't swallow silence, you can choke. This name isn't going to change just because I've grown in age, just because I've grown on stage. So for those of you who might not have grasped just yet, her name was Kiana. And she was a friend of mine when I was in kindergarten. He was like real cool, you know, like she didn't talk to nobody but me. You know, so I always called her QuietKid. You know, we was like so close that our parents were close. He was like real cool, you know. Toward the end of my kindergarten year, she got a tumor and she passed away. I've been QuietKid since then, since kindergarten, in remembrance of my friend, you know. And I feel like people only pass away when the connection you have with them is gone. So growing up, I've always had a very unique relationship with life and with friendship. Funny thing about friendship today, it's how fleeting it feels when one party ultimately feels more fulfilled than the other. I realize I get mad today when I feel like I think you're gonna be here forever, but the moment I unraveled, you folded. I realized the disconnect came when you told me you feel like we weren't playing the same game. Truth be told, when you played me, you played yourself, because I was never playing. This was always all real shit to me, and it sucks knowing we view life through opposing lenses. Turns out, not only are we not on the same page, we two different books on two different sides of the bookstore, but I always thought we read the same. It seems after a certain chapter, you closed off and I continued on. Like I'm the original and you the additional. Or like I'm the bold truth and you're a bald-faced lie. I thought that would make us two sides of one coin, but then I realized you can't put a price on the truth, but lies come with the cost, and I don't have that kind of currency. I can only afford to be real with you. So since you treated me like pocket change, I guess I can't afford to have you around me no more. You'd rather I just be a fairy tale, a fantasy, finally fit for your false reality. You'd rather I just be wishy-washy, but the weight of my real is like Fibonacci, whether you realize what I equate to or not. The way trying to come, got you studying me like scripture. Got you trying to capture every moment you get with me like a picture. See, you think you slick until you realize I'm the wizard and all you'll ever be is someone who's influenced. I just can't afford to have followers around me because I don't like being followed. Unfollow me if you're finished pretending. I'd rather have you honest. But if you can only afford to be fraudulent, then you are hereby unfriended. Lately, I've been having to keep my circle small, because I remember when all y'all used to sleep on me. Now y'all all love me so much. I get so much praise today for doing things that I've been doing for my whole life. High key, I was born just like this. But up until recently, I've been ostracized. I grew up barely having a social life. Something about the amount of noise I consume made me grow up quietly, trying to find myself. I went between friend groups looking for something close to home. I found myself at rock bottom. But I kept myself on a pedestal because I knew the depths I dug myself out of. I remember when grime had a grip on everything in my life. I remember roots being snatched from my family tree so young. I could only process death as absence. Growing up, I was the only one who ever sat with my emotions. I would talk to myself and forget to talk to the people around me. They called me weird. They didn't understand me. They bullied me because they couldn't hear my silence. So I spoke, and they all laughed. Today, y'all just say I'm funny. You have no idea how many breakdowns it took to make me this strong, because when you realize that you're still not dead yet, you have no choice but to keep living. Even when you feel half alive, even when you want to die, even when you want to kill somebody else, there was a point when you learn that love is a choice you make every day. My whole life I've been teaching myself, but y'all just weren't there for those lessons, so I get confused when you love me like you've been here with me the entire time. I get mad when you care so much because I needed you 8 years ago when I didn't have anybody else. But at least you love me now, and I love you more. So do y'all see what I'm doing yet? You know? Yeah. I have a lot of time on my hands today, so I'm happy to talk y'all ears off, just letting y'all know. Be prepared what you're about to endure.
All right.
This is very healing for me, very freeing, being able to speak. My social anxiety always tells me, no. I'm working on acceptance. Sometimes it's hard for me to sit with my own presence. Ironically, I also struggle sitting in the presence of others. If you go your whole life feeling insecure about a missing tooth, so you never let anybody see you smile, then you finally gain the confidence to smile. And then somebody tells you how ugly your smile is. It kind of makes you resent all the work you've done just to have came as far as you've come. But nobody's ever aware of these intricacies when they emphasize the things that trigger me. And that's why I limit the amount of words you hear from me, because if we all start scratching at each other's scars, eventually someone is bound to bleed. And the same thing applies for the wounds we don't see. And still, my scars have been chipped at like tree bark. I've never been the bigger person, but all this time I've been being praised for my growth. It's just hard to see how big I've gotten when my social anxiety makes everything a big deal. Daily, I have to teach myself discernment because healing is that much harder around people who remind me of my own open wounds. And I'm not saying you have to walk on eggshells around me. But if you listen to what you only hear me say on stage, then you know I'm usually quiet when I'm actually happy as fuck. I'm also usually quiet when I'm finna tweak. Or I could be on the cusp of a very hurtful joke, all because you reopened a scar that I wasn't finished healing from yet. My wounds don't like being reminded of themselves. So even if I don't remember where a certain scar came from, my social anxiety will never forget you trying to reopen the wound. Poem.
Wow.
So that was very intense. I feel like, yeah. So how do y'all feel tonight?
Pretty good.
Good. Cool. So for the next one, I got a question I wanted to ask everybody first. How many of y'all jobs have ever played with y'all money, like fucked with y'all money? Yeah.
ChelC stands for all of us.
That shit crazy as fuck, ain't it? That shit crazy as fuck. But it's funny how fragile the dollar can feel when it comes in the form of 3 quarters, 2 dimes, and 1 nickel. How being just a few cents short can mean all that you have isn't enough. I've seen sidewalks full of people losing their sense over dimes, strung out on highs, hiding behind their eyes, making eye contact with people who are only a few cents away from becoming them. I've seen people on TV screens turn themselves into plants just to get a hold of that green. They gain the whole globe at the price that they hold so, now they spend their lives being puppets for the ones in control. I've seen people lose control of themselves, running away from themselves, chasing after coins. Somehow, they can never afford to sit with themselves. I've seen people hate who they are inside, so they go outside to play a role. Then they lose themselves under all the parts they play. It's weird, being so used to putting on a show and still getting stage fright. I know how it feels to lose yourself under all the hats you hide beneath. Spent so much of my own life searching for solutions, I became an equation. Now everyone acts like mathematicians. Everyone looks to me for answers, but everyone acts like I'm the problem. Everyone treats me like my soul is something worth solving. Everyone treats me like I need to be fixed. No wonder I've been so damn broke. Empty wallets, trying to afford my own stability with empty pockets, opting out of fun when I lack the funds. Everyone acts like they can afford to see me, but the only thing they're willing to pay is attention. Somehow I still end up feeling auctioned off, only to eat supper for supper and sleep as a late night snack. People come find me to find themselves. Somehow I end up lost, slighted, giving away everything that I am, and everyone just soaks it all in. And at the most, I don't get shit back but snaps and claps, and it's so hard to afford the dreams I have when people mistake being priceless for being worth nothing. Wow. Everyone tells me I'm worthy of so much more, but everyone gives me less. And the cost of life is too expensive to be undersold, so from now and on, I'll only be seen where I feel personally overvalued, almost like I'm the main event. In places where poetry doesn't feel like the cheapest option. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Yeah. But yeah, it makes you appreciate money a bit more. So, growing up, I've had a very unique relationship with life and death and stability and love. So I know it eats you up inside, knowing you'll never have a place in my heart the way you imagined you would, but at least you free. At the expense of my love lost, you regained your own sanity. I know it drove you mad. Thinking of all the potential you thought we had and reading all the poems you wish were about you. I know it sucks. Knowing that I'm gonna love myself more than you'll ever receive love from me. But at least after all the bullshit you put yourself through trying to free yourself from that hold, finally, you learn to let go of what doesn't serve you. Tell the whole world the story of how my love cursed you. Tell your friends I hurt you. Tell them that I was great with my words and my actions proved why I didn't deserve you. You can convince your whole circle to hate you if that's what works for you. But the truth is, if actions speak louder than words, then why didn't you ever hear them? Ironically, I always said this thing you had for me was never going to work out. But you still wanted to exercise. I told you that you were holding on to dead weight, and all you did was dead lift. So while you walking around acting like I'm a sore muscle, you should really be thankful for the weight lifted. After all, you're stronger now because of me. I know it's probably fucked up, but I'm not sorry for any pain I put you through. You're welcome for the experience you paid for, with all the delusions you drew, and all the conclusions you jumped to. I guess that's why you're the only one who ever failed, but somehow I'm the villain in this tragic story. I hope you know if I was ever the antagonist, that would have made you my sidekick. If I was such a hard course to take, then why didn't you just drop the course? Hoping if you just stayed where you were, you'd get to where you wanted to be, but the only place you ended up was all alone. And that's what I tried to warn you about all along. I tried to tell you, but you listened to your emotions instead. And now every notion you noted is dead. I know it sucks. But at least you escaped your own head, and now you're free. To be the hero you made everyone believe you to be. Just don't come back asking me to teach you something that you forced yourself to unlearn. I know it sucks. But to be real with you, you don't even deserve all the love you keep asking me to give you. You know, like I get it, you know, we all want to be admired. I understand hearing a few words you wish were about you. You'd rather I just be beside you so you don't have to suffer the pain of remembering me. You'd rather I be too present to be memory, but the truth is you can miss me with all that simp shit now. I mean, because I fuck with you, but I'm not like in love with you, though. You can be butthurt all you want, but I know what I want. Honestly, if you're not her, I just don't think you're the one for me. Thing about her is she hit my line with like 5 minutes to spare, carving out any second just so I know that she cared. And even though I hate talking on this damn phone, I still answer whenever she called. Watching her be all that she is be having me in awe, so I honor every moment. Millisecond spent with her feel more freeing than any time in your presence. I would rather waste hours with her than spend a single productive second with you. I'm not sorry for the way you feel, but I do apologize for the way you make me feel. Disgusted whenever you think you're comparable to her. I think you're a great person when in your own right, but whenever it comes to her, you get illiterate. Then I get ill, literally. You do yourself a disservice every single time. To put it mildly, in my mind, you aren't even an option, so why would I choose you over her? See, you got all up in the game the whole time. You was never even a player, and somehow you still feel played. To put it simply for you, you just aren't as important as you think you are. You just not as significant as you hope to be. Not the kind of muse you thought you would be, but at least you made your way into a memorized poem. Like you always wanted to be. It sounds like that's all you ever wanted to begin with. Yeah. So, that was the end. That shit crazy as fuck though, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not going to keep transitioning between poems for y'all. But I am feeling compelled, strangely, to show y'all this new shit I wrote today.
Oh yeah. New shit.
It's real. Just bear with me, okay? I promise it's good. Thank you. Why would you ask me? I think I promised. I keep trying to be more open, but I just feel exposed. A magician wearing all my secrets like clothes and videos where I can see my face, I can see my entire childhood, and my biggest fear is everyone else seeing it too. So I stand on stage completely naked just to show everyone the truth. Everyone's curious where my mind is in moments of silence, but the truth is I often can't tell if someone wants to do business or if someone just wants to be in my business. I never know how much of myself to show unless I'm showing it in a poem. I keep being reminded that I'm naturally a genius, but on camera, all I can see is my flaws. So I'm sorry if it seems like I hide myself. The truth is, I'm just trying to find myself. Feeling too exposed only slows this whole process down for me. So the goal of this whole set was to talk about vulnerability, you know, in my relationship with different aspects of life.
Yeah.
Worked very hard.
Oh yeah.
I'm more sensitive than everyone else, so whenever I'm sad, I'm like depressed, and if it marinates too long, I'm prone to implode. Whenever I find a girl attractive, I think she's the most beautiful woman in the world. I tend to flirt on accident, but being too receptive of it will make me fall in love with you on purpose. Whenever my social anxiety is triggered, I have to drift off because otherwise I might have an anxiety attack. And the worst part of it all is that nobody can ever tell, but everyone still keeps asking me. My whole life I felt too scrawny to understand my own weight. I'm only thick-skinned as a state of mind. When I was a child, I was fire-prone. Now I'm fireproof in a world full of flames. Nobody's mind moves the way mine moves. I'm sensitive. In social settings, I get all timid. I'm an introvert with social anxiety, but people still approach me to ask me if my name is all gimmick. I never had to manufacture my own triggers. I was just always born a gun. I'm sensitive. Even in safety, I'm prone to unload. These poems are the only way for me to organize all the unorthodox in my mind. And nobody cares, but everyone is curious. Nobody really wants to know, but everyone wants me to reiterate when they forget. But everyone is so damn forgetful, and I'm just so tired of explaining how extreme everything is to people who understand nothing about anything. Being sensitive is so exhausting when people would rather question than comprehend. People find out how easy it is to make me explode, and most would rather just cut the wire instead of defusing the bomb. And the irony is that I'm liable to go off either way.
Ooh.
So if I had to ask y'all, like real quick, what was y'all favorite poem that y'all heard so far?
I like that new one a lot.
Which one?
The one that might be red. I don't know.
The
Oh,
brand,
the one that
the brand new one.
Oh, okay. Yup. That one.
The
Okay.
money one was good too.
I want to choose.
It was like the moment on Robert was
Yeah, I like that poem too. Yeah. The reason why I asked that though is because a lot of times I have to go through a whole process of liking my own material. You know, like I'll write it and then like a week go by and that shit is ass. That is the worst thing that I've ever wrote in my entire life. What was I thinking? You know, and I'm like, I memorize it though, you know. And then I come to an event, you know, and I say it. I'm like, that was the coldest shit I ever heard you say in your life. I'm like, for real? I hated that shit. I'm like, well, you know, but only heard one answer from y'all. I only heard Q and Tay.
Third one.
That's 3 answers. Listen. As I said it, I realized what I said. I was like, damn, I gotta commit to it now. It's
A lot of kids out pulling, not a mathematician.
It's a part of the show.
Okay, well, I like the first. I like them all, but the first 2 I cried. Like it was very moving. And I do like the money one. I like the new one, but the first 2 I like really cried. I'm like, damn. And it was good, but I was like, damn.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not sorry.
Oh,
It was
you're
good.
welcome.
Yeah, I
Cool.
mean, it was good. You know,
Yeah.
this is cleansing, so. But I was moved for sure.
I appreciate that.
I like the friendship and the money one. I mean, they were all dope. But
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I just, I appreciate y'all interacting with me. This is so freeing. Talking without any unwarranted interruption. I can say my opinions. And y'all just gotta listen to my opinions.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah. I say that to say I lost track of time. I'm gonna show y'all some old shit. Let's see if I still know. She was a shielded light, hiding her shine from the one who admired it most, and cutting herself off from those too affectionate for her comfort. She was brilliance and beauty breaking, all bundled into perfection personified. She was a black hole, bleeding light. She was a golden aura flowing from a platinum poet with bronze skin. She was peace. She was comfort. A fantasy in my reality with slight faults but no real flaws. She was everything. And her voice was like a glimpse into heaven, yet she talked to me and I feel my system filled with sin. She was a breath of the purest oxygen. She was ethereal and also ether. Each time air flowed from her, I just wanted to inhale her, exhale, all hell. Her hell was heaven to me, and she was my addiction, my drug, and so I would just twitch. And she was expensive, 24 karat. I was the one who saw perfection in her errors, the beauty behind her broken. I was in love with her, and she was in love with him, and I saw him like a brother. But what he saw in her was comfort. He could shapeshift to chaos, and what I saw was a cracking soul that I could mend to. So he sought for her sex, and I sought for her sacred energy exchange, and he hoped for her head, so he got into her head. I hoped for her to be happy, so I tried to push purity into her heart, but she saw him as happiness, and she saw me as horrible, so she welcomed him in willingly. And his house to her was a home from heaven. To me, it was just a house of pain, but at least he prospered with her between those sheets. While this girlfriend was elsewhere making a life for him within her beautifully breaking body, a baby kicked, and he put my drug into his veins while his family tree was growing a new branch. She had some nerve. But abortion came almost as quick as she did. She thought, how can I give him life when he can't even give me loyalty? My fantasy saw him as forbidden fruits, and she couldn't wait to take a bite anyway. His girlfriend saw him tainting, but only on the inside, and I saw him like a brother. Now I see him breaking. I see his ex healing. I see myself as a recovering addict, fresh from the rehab that was her golden aura. I longed for her, and I wished for her, and I prayed for her because I loved her, and she broke me. And she finally told me, I love you too. And I felt that twitch enter my body again, and I relapsed right back into her arms because she was everything. Funny thing about love, it can be so sick. It can be so sickening. If you love something, you protect it, but you also let it go. If you love something and you set it free, that implies that it was in your possession. But if it's possession, then it's not love. So do I love you or do I want you to myself? These thoughts are the reason why I often just keep all this love to myself. But keeping it all to myself is exactly what keeps keeping me up at night. Ironically, you are in every poem I write in my sleep, seldom as it comes. Love can be ugly, but you are beauty. Loving you is easy because you're beautiful. You're mine, beloved. I'm like your biggest fan. So whenever you don't have time, I find it for you. Even at the cost of my own patience, because you are an experience worthy of waiting for. Even though I want you to myself right now, I guess the world should still experience you. I just hate feeling safe for last. How can I say I love you when I associate so much negativity with love itself? I keep it to myself so I can fix it up for you. Love can be so blinding. Can be so breaking. But it could all be so freeing. It could all be perfectly sobering. But pursuing somebody as opportunist as you requires me to evolve first, and I'm willing to level up. And I'll spend all my XP on our love. I look forward to loving you as if it's right before my eyes. I look forward to loving you like I have some kind of foresight. But love can be so blinding when we don't keep in contact. So your contact in my phone will always be beloved. Because as ugly as love can be, love could be so us. Sorry if you, I'm sorry. It was in the spur of the moment. Okay, so I'm feeling about to show y'all some other old shit that I wrote.
Shit?
Yeah. Been out the ass. Yeah, that's why I gotta flush it out now. I just want to see if I still know this. I wrote this for a school project, so bear with me. I wrote it inspired by a Netflix series for a school project when I was a freshman. Just so y'all know, I'm not fucking crazy because it's a crazy poem. Alright, y'all.
Wait, what show?
You should let us guess like afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all guess afterwards.
I like it.
I close my eyes and quietly obsess over the residue of her scent. She censors it, and sends it back unscathed. She was a sweet tang with a spice engraved in her taste buds and warm nectar pent up in her insides, and I don't fucking like her. She was a flame that twinned my own, but her blaze always burned more bright. There was a level of longevity in the way she let loose, so I slowly sipped her whole till we became one in a sense. I sipped her senseless. She hasn't had sense since. Did y'all catch that? Premonition. I told her, give me your help, choked her, stole her up and broke her. She hasn't had sense since, and I don't like her. I just love to be used by her because her body is always just so kind to me. She made me her toy. So I made her mad, and we made the most morbid kind of black magic. I mean, mathematics. We were two crack addicts, just added a 5 and break. We were both back at it. I despise her so much. I could never let her get too far away from me, even though I know she probably hates to play with me, and she may play with me for way too long. So she wants saving from me, but she's safe with me within this dome. She's restrained with me, losing her stain with me. I know I'm wrong, but she can't stay from me. Playing this game with me, I don't condone. So she prays for me. What sits and prays on me, I'm not alone because she'll still stay with me. There's no escape from me. This is her home, and I just love how I can make her exquisitely, sadistically submit to me. I can't defy her lust because I'm defined by her lust. And even she can't stop this ongoing heaven-sent sin. And if any of y'all try to oppose us, I'll even assist you. Knowing success is slim fit because we are two pieces of puzzle that don't fit anywhere but with each other. I mean, really, I don't fit anywhere but against her insides. I know she probably hates it, but she loves me though. In fact, she loves me. So if I ever try to pull away from her or pull out of her, she might not just be drop dead gorgeous. She might just drop dead, and vice versa. So we both suffer for supper, then I eat her for dessert. And even now, she's sitting down with her legs shaking and quaking, believing that every flick of my tongue that isn't against her insides, like teasing me. But he has a way of teasing at both of her. She'll beg for me, then run from me, panicking when I give her exactly what she asking for, exactly what she begged for. Then she'll want me to beg her back just to establish dominance. But this time, I won't beg. I'll just bang on the door till she opens it. Till she opens the damn door. Open the damn door. Open the damn door. So the hinges pop off and I'm gassed out like an exhaust because I'm exhausted and I've always been head over heels for her. So it's almost perfect. And I look up and I see her hanging from the ceiling like bungee jumping in. And now I sleep with her soul watching over me and her body like a bodyguard to keep the unwanted intrusion. And that's exactly why I've always loved her. Anybody gets it?
I don't think it's
I thought it was like
really
Black
don't
Mirror or
think
something.
it's
I
not
don't
you.
know. I thought you. It's not on that. That's not on that.
Wait, what were the answers? I heard like 4 of them.
I said you.
I was thinking you. I'm saying not you. I wanted it to be you.
I'm not. I was thinking Black Mirror.
It's not that though,
It's not.
because
Black Mirror and some shit. I
like,
don't know.
like that whole poem is
Open the
kind of
damn
opposite.
door. Is
Okay.
that a line from the show?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Like,
that.
it's kind of crazy.
It's not a line from the show.
Oh,
Is it
God.
a TV show?
It's crazy then.
Okay.
It's
Is it like Bates Motel or something? Because I thought of The Shining for a second, like open the door. And then it's like here's Chuck. No.
I can see where you get that from. I can see where you get that from. ChelC was right. It was you. When I was a freshman. Y'all should have followed your first intuition. Y'all was right, then y'all was wrong. I just let it unfold. But yeah, so I'm gonna get up off here for now, and then I'm gonna come back.
All right. Yeah. You are the main event tonight, QuietKid. Give it up one more time for QuietKid. Fantastic job. We're going to take a break here in just a minute, then we're going to start on the open mic. If you're not on there and would like to be, I know Amplified and Jewel Justice just walked in the room, so if you're up for blessing the mic or anyone else who's not on that list, please put there. Love the energy in here tonight. Keep it up for us. Every first Wednesday of the month, we're here. Next month's feature, QintheStu. I don't know what you did to QuietKid earlier, but next month's feature is QintheStu. Come back for that. It'll be a fantastic night then as well. And then the month after that, we're celebrating 2 years here doing this event. And we've got a huge event with 13 features. We're going to be in the back room. There's a stage in the back. We're going to be in the back room. So please come back out for that as well. If you've got a place to hang a poster or share a poster with a friend or something, I've got plenty. Take some with you tonight. Suggested $5 donation, if you can throw it in here, does go directly to our features. So show some love this way too if you can tonight. Stick around, refill your drinks over here with Seth. Michael's got you. Still have food, Michael?
Yeah.
Okay, now's your time. If you want some food, get some food with Michael before we start the next set. So you have that all set up, and we'll see you in about 10 minutes. All right, we're going to get the open mic started because it is a loaded lineup tonight. I do ask poets to keep it to 2 poems or less, keep maybe 5 to 6 minutes each because we have a lot of folks on the open mic tonight, a lot of great, talented folks. You're going to be excited by the voices coming up. I'm excited for all of you here. I have been asked by both Kim and JD about the Angry Cow poetry. And with Kurt's beautiful introduction, I decided I'll bring this piece out. So I'll share one here as we start. Angry Cow Poetry started as a poem for a writing group in Akron, a performance group in Akron. It's called Writing Nights. I'm sorry, in Canton, Writing Nights. And we were doing these kind of like mini slams, these head-to-head competitions, just 2 poets, 3 rounds, and you're kind of going into each other. And they were encouraging characters and costumes and whatnot. And so I'm like, okay, what can I do? And so I ended up dressing as a cow, naming myself the Angry Cow, and performing as the Angry Cow, which is where the title piece, and then eventually the moniker I go under. So let's see if I can remember this one. I think I got this, but it's been a minute. I did not plan to do this tonight until all of that happened. Happy cows? Are you fucking nuts? You take our babies. You spill their guts. You drink the food we create for them. And when that shit slows, you make us pregnant again. And you take that baby and the next one too. And soon enough, we're not profitable for you. There ain't no retirement in happy cow land. You slit our throats. Call it consumer demand. Now that's fucked up. But you don't stop there. You pile on lies to hide the despair. Cows give us milk. Bitch, please, fuck you. It isn't a gift when it's stolen from you. Humanely raised. Well, isn't that sweet? As you cut us apart while we hang from our feet. We need calcium. Try chewing some greens. Leave me alone. Eat your goddamn beans. Vegetables are yucky. Boo fucking who? So you take my baby? Then you eat me too? You do this to us time and again. Then you draw a picture of me with a big old grin? You put our slaughtered bodies on top of your plates and you expect me to have a smile on my face? I'm the angry cow. I'm tired of your lies. I'm tired of being served with a bucket of fries. I'm the angry cow. I'm back for more. Cause you see my titties and you want to pour mammal milk at 38? Your infancy is running late. I'm the angry cow. You would be too. They looked at you and wanted to chew. Happy cow, you made that shit up to ease your guilt. It's slicing us up. All right, appreciate that. I want to make sure I hit that one, Jay, stick around. So we're going to call up some of the amazing voices to the mic here next. Keep that energy going. Let's start off with Sylvia. Please welcome Sylvia to the mic.
Hello, everyone. My name's Sylvia. You can follow me on s.clarkspoems on Instagram. It's also good if you need like captioning, basically. I know I do sometimes. This one's called Respirator. Larynx cicada sirens sing that molted in my mouth. Buzzing Adam's Applebee's sting stuck in my trachea. Relentlessly pawned like motel engagement ringworm. I itch unwanted red wedding bedbug bites. My phobia-filled hemispheres becoming my mother now. I echo the last words of asthmatic messenger ants in the expanse as I try to remember from before the gasping, the burning money like coal in the lost train's lungs. I cough miasmic, nauseous well exhaustion, scratch around my reverse fortune like a guilty cat. Write my flesh nonfiction into lifelines for her. How dare I slap the inhaler from her hand, take it and breathe in the nebulized, and choke on the shape of your words. Thank you. This one's called Backbone. It's like my most recent one.
All right.
It's kind of body horror. I hope you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Backbone. Weak spinal fluid essence bursts from these pressured, herniated discs. Read these downward spiral fragments of broken, spinning plates. With their crossed fingers, my scoliosis backbone was left for a child to outgrow. To find strength in generational contortions that weigh down my shoulders here. In the misalignment shifts in real time between myself and them. The render of blood-begetting marrow became inseparable to name, to know some ancient innocence from their history transfused. I've numbed my own extremities with broken platelet clots in vain, with every possible stroke of fate running through my brain, ghost writing future epitaphs with rattling skeleton keys, like death looking for the owner of an honest life, but never finding me. I must have slept on it wrong in my crib to always hunch like this. I still feel petrified splinters from stiff tree trunk embraces as the anguish aches, standing uncorrected, having lost my hope from bracing.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. Welcome to the neighborhood. Welcome to the event. I hope you keep coming out. Next up, we have a regular, quite a long time regular at this point in time. Please welcome to the mic, Stephen Pryce.
Hi, again, my name is Stephen Pryce, and most of my writing is about work and recovery. I also hope that you'll support Blue Collar Review, which is where this is from, and this is called Temp Job Morning. Len never told me how I got to general labor at 5 a.m. He was always waiting outside when I arrived, driving my old Ford Tempo. He stayed at the halfway house for the county correctional facility 5 miles away. We both had schizophrenia and wanted to work. Ron, the manager, came and let us in. He parked his minivan on the other side of the parking lot. His desk was behind a sliding glass window. He pushed it open and handed us a clipboard and pen. "Who's hiring today?" I asked. "Want to work?" he said. "Yes," I said, and Len nodded too. "Okay," he said, "let's sign you up." I let Len go first. I signed in after him. We would be going to the landfill to pick up trash for 8 hours. The loose trash that didn't make it under the tarps had to be removed. We wore jeans and gloves in the summer sun. "Bags?" Ron asked. "No," I said. "Transportation?" "Yes," I said. "I'll take Len too. We'll pay the usual." We sat at the folding tables and chairs and waited quietly. Len was bigger than me. He played football for Camp McKinley in high school, I later learned. He never talked about himself. "You wouldn't believe me," he always told me. However, he was still muscular with close-cut hair. He said he just wanted to work. The sun began to rise at 6 a.m. We walked across the street to the convenience store for coffee, which I always bought. He always said he couldn't pay and thanked me. It was our routine. "Who are you?" the clerk asked. The clerk at the register asked. "I'm with him," I said, pointing to Len. He smiled.
All right, thank you so much, Steve.
Thanks.
You bet. Next up, we have another debut here at this event. Please welcome to the stage Harvey Nelson.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
My poem is called And. As a kid, I loved peanut butter on white bread, sticking to the roof of my mouth. Strawberry jelly on light brown toast, sweet and thick, licking it as it dripped down my chin. But peanut butter and jelly? Damn, that was a combination. And that was only the beginning. Eggs and cream cheese on a bagel, mustard and ketchup on a burger, pepperoni and sausage on a pizza. Lately, I've been trying out some other concoctions. I sunk my teeth into Black Lives Matter and supports police, capitalism and social responsibility. Pull yourself up, and we need to help each other. Climate change is real, and the climate always changes. Lately, I've been dining on, I want to hear you out, and I want to rip your head off. There'll always be rich, and there'll always be poor, at least relatively. We're not a homogenized glass of milk. So if you love your peanut butter, or if you love your jelly, take a chance. Try a bite of And.
Thank you, Harvey. Next up, another debut here at this event. We have MCLX. Please welcome MCLX.
I'm gonna do this one real quick. Since there's like new people here anyway. Look, you owe me money.
Damn, not you owe me money.
Hell yeah.
Let it be Why did I give to the unknown? Let it be known, my stock in myself, even when it's in the red, I always bet on black. Because I'm a black king. But look, niggas be flexing with no direction, like, fuck the iced out watch when you lack a moral compass spending someone else's ends. So do scammy women too, like, she got some strong nerve ends getting Birkin. See, neither of them be thinking about their lights getting cut off. Ironic because in their head, the lights are on, but nobody's home. Because they some dumbass niggas. Look. Christy Yamaguchi, Simone Biles, Tony Hawk. What do you and these athletes have in common? It's amazing the way you skate and do mental gymnastics around the fact that you owe me money. I got you. Christy Yamaguchi, Simone Biles, Tony Hawk. What do you and these athletes have in common? It's amazing the way you skate and do mental gymnastics around the fact that you owe me money. See, when Sonic hits his spike or enemies, rings come out because he actually has money. But look, if I smack this shit out you, lint and dust would come out. You a bum ass nigga. See, I had a toaster, and eventually it became flawed and defective, but it's still more reliable to you. See, even though it started to break down, even though it burned what got put into it, at least it gave me my bread back. And it's a true story. See, I was in the gym trying to get fit. You were in a ditch because you crashed your best friend's car, and see, that was a sign that you were going the wrong way in life. And you need to navigate your way to pay me back my money. I sent you funds when you were in dire straits. I couldn't be perturbed because my phone was on Do Not Disturb. You fucking suck at life. That's why you were moping on the curb. You actually tried to DM me asking for more money. And it's incredible how you initiate this conversation whenever you need something. See, it's the gall of this bitch. They can't even pay back in installments. Distraught because you were in a drought. I tried to assist people, and now the well's empty. And even before that, consecutive consequences rained upon you. Well, they actually burned, because before your best friend's car, it was, and we're going to leave that alone, and we're just going to say you're irresponsible. See, this is some pathetic shit. I loaned you money to help out with life, and you don't even meet the prerequisites. You lack etiquette and proper tact to reach back for a contact. You lack the foresight to pan things out. And that's why I gotta roast you. And see, you should put something in a pot and sell drugs. Hit the corner and sell that mouth. Because you talk a good game like you can repay, but you're nothing worse than a cheapskate. That's why no one else will roll with you. What else? Look, all you do is burn bridges, and soon all you will have to talk to is bugs and midgets. We have a lot of midgets. I live near the lake. They're annoying. But the fact is that you are a mid-ass nigga. In that fact, you're low tier. See, it's a lesson here, folks. You don't give in to the unworthy, and that goes beyond currency. See, karma collects every mishap is because you come with no scratch. So life keeps cutting you bad hands. But when I have to recover, it's all hands on deck, because I gotta stay moving through the debt, and I gotta keep going, because you cannot teach a bitch ass person self-respect. And I've been phoning with this mic the whole time. That's my bad, y'all. Look, I hate traffic. The feeling of being congested, lanes being clogged up, having to subject myself to another's pace, the struggle of trying to find an open in the past. See, we are all in proximity, but I walk above a chasm between my reality and the collective consciousness of all of us experiencing one another's actions fold upon each other. And it's been this way since the first movement at birth. See, life's a slow burn, then return to the essence of the ever-expanding universe. Even finding the momentum of finishing this poem was tough because of mental traffic. See, my brain's temporal lobes rose littered with discarded lines and rhymes, fragmented like orphans searching for a home. They hope to find their way into a stanza eventually for their chance of being heard from another. And I just want to write a rhyme that stops time and brings my issues to the forefront, that may seem insignificant, but should be as value compared to the trivial, frivolous expenditures of sacrifice needed to ease the human ego of those in high positions of various nations vying for more power or depreciation of human life and resources. I'm disillusioned to the fact that we practice fake camaraderie amongst each other. See, finding true connections is difficult in the sea of people that just want noise. This feeling of people reveling in rambunctiousness. Are they addicts to traffic? My classification is unknown. See, I thrive in space, yet I want everyone to see me. Is that because I'm an ambivert or am I ambivalent? I want to be in the mix, but my thoughts are sometimes above them. I want to think clearly, yet I compare my thoughts to clouds. That's because the sky's the limit, or am I just an airhead that wants to merge because clouds don't feel concerned? See, at times, my outer self malfunctions, impeding my inner manifest. I try to bank on myself, but at times my mind drifts. By all accounts, I'm offshore, so they can't trace me. But when I finally reach that state of innovation, it comes out of left field. I'm trying to right the ship back to the mainland to give you food for thought, garden variety. I won't participate in your strange fruit project. I won't become another statistic, another reason for candlelight vigil because of civil unrest. See, I'm inclined to believe that this traffic hinders our communication. See, technology was supposed to help us express ourselves, but a lot of people give up their integrity for their opinion to stand out. A broad brush paints generalizations amongst our genders, culture. Dark designs lays influence to those easily manipulated. Even to ask a woman out feels like there's a barrier of questions in between us, not of her own, but of others. And there's so much traffic to get to know one another. And yet, I need traffic. See, creation comes from collision. That's why my conversations with my contemporaries are necessary. It's all forward thinking because I can't reverse my regrets. I have to have the drive to get out of neutral because not our results come automatically. At times, a paradigm shift is needed to progress. But I still hate traffic though. Home.
I love the audience participation over here. I need folks to follow me around. That's awesome. Next up, one of those doing some audience participation on the last poem. Please welcome to the mic, TaJuan.
Hey, Amy.
Yeah.
Y'all look good from up here this morning.
Yeah.
So my name is TaJuan. I'm a photographer, videographer, but tonight I come to y'all as a poet, the worthy wordsmith I wouldn't want you to worship. So, I'm a greasy cup enthusiast. That's the best way of my heart. So, after the show, if you want to give me anything, just give me enough and give me a Reese cup. You said, okay, that's cool. But I like to rap though. I'm a rapper for real. So I be making music and shit. So, but the type of music I make, I don't just make anything. I'm more like the old school hip hop type of thing. So, I don't make club bangers, but I could if I aim to. I much rather pitch it with a twist like I'm Babe Ruth. Hope you catch it. Either way, you still gon' feel this pain too. Like Siamese twins born out the same womb, dead and buried in same tomb. Double-header, wow, I'm out my bubble in the clouds. My fingers tumble in the loud. I take a puff, it put me down. I can't stumble in the cloud. I stay from trouble in the crowd. But if any trouble coming around, we just might rumble to the ground. Don't press me. Ball be in my court, be careful. Coming in the bounds, I pull up my speakers, coming with the sounds. Shit be heavy coming into town. Trying to get big off carrying foreign bag that's struggling with pounds. But now it's humble in the drought. Don't stress me. That shit'll kill while haters clap for the thrill. Bitch, this drip so live I can make it splash from the gill, but I ain't gotta do the most. I stand on my own 10 and bet that I won't lose a toe. This be my life per usual. Say it ain't so. I drop tears that you ain't seen, so you won't get the gist. Punch the clock so many times, that's why that watch gon' hit my wrist. I can't let her screw my drive, I break it down and get it fixed. Bitch, I can't be with the shits. Say it ain't so. Down to my last. Gotta stretch this gas like eco mode buttons. But when the re-up come back round, we gon' blow onions. Little flame lit the blunt that burnt my bridges. Hope that keep them trolls under, cause my side is a place they ain't know. Only stop if it's worth it, but for these hoes, I can't go. I don't make club bangers and I could care less if they pay more. This shit not for the club in case you ain't know. Can't hold you. Bet I make this bitch jump though. Boom. So that's a little something that I put together some time ago. I recorded it and never put it out like a lot of shit. A lot of shit in the chamber, so that's gonna be changing soon. But I'll do another one for y'all and get up out y'all way. I never know what I want to do. I'm in between like 4 or 5 of them right now. You know, if I can. I don't do this one out here often, so. Gucci, guilty, and ganja be the same.
Right.
Gucci, guilty, and ganja be the scent. Blood in my pen when I'm writing, I'ma need a rinse. Bet I won't be convinced that niggas try to see you win. I can act blind to the fact, but I can see the shit. Life is a blessing, but at times, I'ma need to sin. I shut my blinds and I close my eyes to see within. Blunt to the fire, and then I light up these incense. Swear, this shit lighten my mood when life can be too dense. I used to stump on roses. Now I kill them in the ashtray while I smirk from satisfaction that you get when this track play. She drive me crazy cause she threw me neck while we in the fast lane. No crooked lies, these facts straight. On a laid back day, I blow loud and put down game. Like when that shit don't work. Thought that grass was greener on the other side. That shit was turf. The greenest grass still give you dirt. Rooted in my ways while I branch off in the distant earth that bloomed the blessing and the curse. I only keep the real around. I don't do well with fakes. Gas all in my lungs. I don't do well with breaks. Trash the beef nowadays. I don't do well with steaks. Best not rattle my cage. I don't do well with snakes. Keep your head and shoulders out my business.
I don't do well with flakes.
If I leaves it up to you, I bet you let it fall on me. I don't do well with race. Save her.
Not me.
I don't do well with case. She got guards up, but I bust through. I don't do well with gates. Then I eat that pussy on my hands. I don't do well with plates. Nectarine spread across my palate. Map on the desk. Now I got the weed spread across the atlas. The leaves shedding across the axis. Never blew on tree when I was seen treading across the campus. Now it be crossing my mind like Jesus bred all the Catholics. Used to be a timid nigga, but don't fuck with me now, family. I be liable to go off like Penny Proud Granny. Can't sit me down, I'm standing. I ain't gotta pull it if you try it. I know niggas who gon' ride with semi-rounds blaming. And they can't be outlandish. Gotta give it to you how it is, like hand-me-down, family. Bet you give it now, family. I'm a quiet nigga, but my speakers can be loud, family. And this blunt be louder, and it got me in them clouds, family. I'm out of this world, bitch, my flow spacious. Out here is so dangerous. I fear for your safety. Seen so many demons, I fear it's no angels. Either way, I still like my drink with no chaser. Oh. Y'all can follow me at _ TE Jones at _ TE Jones. Follow me on Instagram and all the platforms. Don't follow me, whole thing.
How about this open mic, y'all? Hope you're enjoying yourself. It's always beautiful seeing what other people bring and seeing how different poetry can be. I appreciate all of your voices up here. We still have quite a few more amazing folks to come up to the stage. I forgot to mention this earlier, but y'all probably noticed there was a camera rolling. If anyone on the open mic does not want to be filmed, and I already filmed you, just let me know and I'll delete the footage and not post it. If you haven't been filmed yet and you don't want filmed, let me know and I'll just pause the video while you're up. I got the regulars beforehand, I know that, but some of y'all I didn't ask yet, my apologies. So I'm just throwing that out there. If you don't want it out there, it just won't leave my camera, so let me know. Please welcome back to the stage for the second month in a row, Plan B.
Ooh, this light is so serious. Damn. Might be Steve up here. What up? How you guys doing?
Good.
Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all some new unfinished shit.
Okay.
the connections down. See, I stopped reaching out first and we lost connection. I was finally able to see that I was the only one connected and not to a live wire either. I kept dialing the connection up when all I had to do was pick up the phone and then immediately hang that bitch back up and tell them old connections that B don't live here no more. She caught the flu and flew above your bullshit of a connection too. I'm not mad either, baby. Just was disappointed that another god couldn't sun gaze and handle the sun's view. You getting burnt up cause it's high noon. The only reason they was reaching out was just to see if they could get their service restored. But no, I'm at the meter and you can't get connected back to this source. When you had access, you played around on that indirect weak shit. You thought you was taking my kindness for granted and viewing it as a weakness. No, I'm just a loving and kind person in general, and you a weak bitch who lacks the depth to pick up on this deep pitched frequency. Fear in your heart only starves you of the love you so desperately need. Oh, I'm not being mean. There's a love deficit and it's a vital nutrient we all need. That's why I'm going to chastise you with love and still let you know when your shit stinks. Just because I love you doesn't mean I have to let you wipe or project all your shit on me. You've been sitting in it too long, my love, and it's offensive. Sad part about it is you can't even sense it. I can no longer lay up in it. I'm going to assist my energy to another conduit. My flow is fluid, no forced connections. We either parallel or congruent. And then, damn, what should I do?
The one with the words.
This is them too.
The adjectives, metaphors, and similes.
Okay.
They're real helpful.
All right. Okay. This is new shit. It's called on this chipped enamel tooth. Oh, yeah. I'm crazy. I couldn't chip my own tooth's enamel. Yes, as I stood in front of this man tell me I wasn't shit and his hand up past my face and chipped my tooth a bit. How he dismantled this enamel while having me in a chokehold of fear, abandonment, malnourishment. His spirit wasn't doing arrested development. It was snatched up by a deity who exercised sadist tortures and physical hells, where a backhand across the cheeks would rattle my shells of broken pieces that help hide all my secrets that I tried to bury under the sand. Now it's becoming abrasive and I'm making the stage shift. Allow me to levitate out this matrix. Your credit scores, black Benzes, and HBCUs aren't top tier placements when it comes to trying to measure our greatness. All my fellow gods, leave those organizations behind in the grid where blackouts occur. Go off the grid. Get those black thoughts out your cranium. You can't decide. Let me run that right. Let me run that back. Allow me to levitate out this matrix. Your credit scores, black Benzes, and HBCUs aren't top tier placements when it comes to trying to measure our greatness. All my fellow gods, leave those organizations behind in the grids where blackouts occur. Go off the grid. Get those black thoughts out your cranium. We are the stars in the sky that can't be cracked by Morse code. You can't decipher this cipher. This is a meeting with the gods, and in this room you can't enter. I'm the ether in the air that floats in any office. Achoo! Please don't God bless me. Your God can't bless me, nor understand the pages in my book. I'm the Old Testament. I'm coming through all your walls like black folks with good complexion. You stay simping, that's why you keep getting misdirected. Bitch ass niggas more worried about aesthetics, not realizing that what your insides look like is the real essence. You've yet to detox and clear up some of that congestion, and it equals stagnation, and it shows in our nations, stagnated with misguided thought processes, fear, and annihilation. But again, I can't be too upset with my people. The deception is very real and calculated, and we're gravely endangered. After all, you know, Jesus could perform a miracle in front of your eyes and you still going to hang them. I've observed these type of miracles with my own 2-eye placements. My own parents witnessed me resurrect myself from the book of the dead, yet I can't get my folks to turn off the tube. It's like they're complacent. Stop taking Tylenol or Viagra. Dozens of side effects affect the thinking. MK Ultra, Central Intelligence made us unintelligent when it comes don't open your eyes to see, you won't see your way through. I had to realize that it's up to the Father to remove the scales from their eyes too. I just gotta be patient and accept that that's something he may never do. So that's why I count my blessings for this bird's eye view on this chipped enamel tooth.
All right.
You can follow me at Plan B 0717. And also, I have a business. I'm a herbalist. I can help you if you would like to get interested in some juices or sea moss or detoxing or smoothies or parasite cleanse or just changing your lifestyle to a plant-based lifestyle and thinking about different recipes. The name of my business is QB Holistics, and I have an Instagram page. It's qb.holistics, and you can follow me there. Thank you.
All right. And while we're doing social media, you can follow me, you probably can guess where, on Instagram, on Facebook, occasionally on TikTok, but Instagram's probably your best bet, or connecting with me, Keith Allison, on Facebook. Instagram and my own personal Facebook page is where I do most of the posts. We can stay connected about events and other things too. Next up to the stage, we do have another longtime regular. Please welcome TaJuan sKai.
Hi. I'm just going to do 2 poems. Thank you so much. My grandma gave it to me.
I like that.
Let me see. Okay. Any Daniel Caesar fans in here? Okay.
Oh.
So I was listening to his song Frontal Lobe Music, and I just was like, okay. So this first one's called Frontal Lobe Poetry, and then a second poem's called Your Sons. I want to use my frontal lobe to get the God inside me to sing, to let my love dance and flow a fearless river movement, to have every vision materialize but leave the reverence abandoned. Because cash kills passion, and the lost child resting in my soul chose monetary fasting, hungry for creative guidance, not the cold green Benjamins. I want to use my frontal lobe to get the God inside me to sing, to let my lobotomies glimmer and glow new glitter, a gift of sunlight at the brink of dusk, but leave the reverence abandoned. Because there is no honor in midnight mutilation, let my luminous lacerations leave fertilized saplings, not forest infernos. My frontal lobe lit myself alive and incinerated the narratives written with my own blood. I want to use my frontal lobe to get the God inside me to sing, to let my lexicon comfort and grow faith, grace, and bless the death of family, so leave the reverence abandoned. Because my entire bloodline became struggling strangers, and no son should hate their father. I once longed to drown in my gene pool, poisoned from generations of heartbreak, but battling upstream strained my future. So I swam with time by my mother's request to wrestle the damage once my frontal lobe matured. I want to use my frontal lobe to get the God inside you to sing, to let my lyrics shine and show chance. Chance to flower your garden of serendipity. Chance to preach your own success. Chance to leave the reverence abandoned. Because kindness is prideless, priceless, and endless blessing. Each thought is another angel waiting, wanting to breathe. Your heart is a wounded lamb, tired of silence. There is a God inside you, trying to rise, an immortal dream, a body destined for greatness. Inside you, a frontal lobe, bold and ready to break open and begin its song.
Right.
Thank you. So yeah, that was that one.
That was that
one. Next one is Your Sons. I wrote this on March 14th. It's my dad's birthday. Forget the sermons, let go of the gospel, roll one less blunt. Your sons are awake now. Walk away from the garden and search far for hidden glades. Grow healthier roots. Your sons need a home. Forget the sermons and the liquor and whatever could possess the holy mind, whatever could molest the soul of a slave. Recall that chain made of yarn on your neck rests across a tomb. Remember oxygen, remember life. Bomb the bong long enough and hug the cough you're gifted. Death to your lungs. Inhale, exhale. Your sons are worried now and they don't deserve it. Forget the sermons, the alcohol, the wallowing, the hallelujahs. Your sons are awake now and God now and want you home. Thank you all so much.
So next up to the mic, we have making debut here at this event, but also already involved in audience participation poetry already. Please welcome ChelC.
Is that Baby Yoda?
No, this is Stitch. Okay.
That's Stitch.
This is my favorite Disney character. Don't play with me, y'all.
Look, it's upside down and I don't have a drink.
Okay. Hey, boys. Okay, so I'm going to do two. Let me see. All right, let's start with this one. I'm in distress. I'm toiling with this heartbreak that you've given me accidentally. I now know what it feels like to have your heart ripped out of your chest. The cries of a broken woman would put anyone in distress. I wept for only minutes, but what felt like hours, days, weeks upon end, and I don't know how anyone could do this to a friend or lover. And I asked, to what end? When will this distress end? You held me as you spoke, all while saying what needed to be said. All I could do was envision two souls, yours and mine, with one being pulled from another. I could not only see but feel it. I began to cry, and as a tear fell down from my eye, you said, and I felt your soul rip right out of me. Now heartbroken, now I'm changed forever. We are distant again, and suddenly I no longer feel a certain tether that I did before. Even though things are good after that sudden heartbreak. I felt deep down I'm strong enough to stand this weather. And I don't just mean Ohio's fucked up weather. I mean this heartbreak that God told me won't last forever. Home.
All right.
I have a new one, but I don't know what. Actually, no. Fuck that. No, I'm so sorry.
I was so ready for it.
I gotta be mentally prepared to do that one.
Okay, I got you.
All right. This one is a little lighter. You are the love I need to heal for, Creator. You are the one I walk around in heels for. You make me want to heal more for you. Before I can tell you, I want to do more than just see you. I want your spirit to see me, the essence of you to feel me. I want you to be filled by me. Women see you and see a quick fuck. I see you and wonder how I can get you to open up your mind and soul just for me so I can cherish it. I've got diplomatic immunity when it comes to you. The laws by which you stand upon when it comes to love don't apply to me. Because when I came into your life, I was granted full autonomy. Because the second I spoke with you, the trust was established and all doubt had vanished. And I knew I wanted you to be a part of me. And I don't mean just physically. I just hate stalling and lowballing, telling you that I'm falling madly in love with you. I just don't need my ex calling. Ruining my state of mind while I'm trying to heal my heart and mind so I can be someone worth loving. I want to be healed for what futures we have in store. It may take time for us to be together. Right now I'm not quite sure. I just want to be able to walk through the door, no longer sore from the micro cuts in my heart from crying behind closed doors. I want to sit down and lay it all out on the floor. That I love you. And if you love me, are you willing to wait just a little more? Are you willing to kick your hoes to the shore? I'm a water sign. my love, the ocean. And I can't wait for you to explore the depths of which you can go for you and only you. The way we connect makes me think you're a water sign too. At the end of the day, I say all this to say I'm working on me, and one day when my ego is set free, we can love each other truly and freely, because you are the one I need to heal for. And those heels I'm waiting to put on are for the day I walk down the aisle and make the vow that you are the one whom I will forever live for. I can't wait to see what God has in store. Boom.
Thank you so much, ChelC. Glad you're here. Glad all of you are here. Hope you're still having a great time. We have a few more poets still on the open mic. Next up, we're going to welcome back our opening feature. Please give a hand again to Kurt Witt.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. I know we don't have a lot of time. I'm only going to give 4 or 5 poems. I know if you heard the first of those, it might have sounded a little bit verbose, but I'll give a couple short ones. This one's called That One Time That I Asked TaJuan if he would like to go to Los Angeles and rock a couple of poems. I said, hey man, you want to go to the Sunshine State? There's not a lot of fake.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I said, you don't like sunshine? He said, I don't do well with quakes. Thank you. This poem is called Magnetic Attraction. At first, I was pulled to her. Then I realized she's bipolar.
Oh, that's crazy.
This poem's called Sidewalk. He lets people walk all over him, but one day he's gonna crack. This poem's called The Moment. I am a poet, devoted to the moment, where I open my soul and I go like a loaded bullet, exploding with a golden flow that is potent, eyes sloping, emoting and showing I'm holding my focus, blowing the microphone is smoking, I'm controlling it, owning it, noticing the front row is stoked and is showing it, rolling with every component I'm throwing. I'm growing with a glow that is so invoking, my fullness is rose to a wholeness only known to the holy. I'm omnipotent, I'm ripping it, so prolific and intricate. I'm repping the infinite with it I'm living. I'm giving you snippets of intimate, definitive images explicitly dripping from my lips like delicious innocence. Delivering meticulous metaphors, ready for plenty more. I'm steadily pouring allegorical storyboards, forceful with the lyrical sword, slicing your core like I'm at war. I am the imperial overlord. I implore you gorge on the verbal smorgasbord. Rhymes galore, I pull heartstrings and I sling power chords. Full force, on course, deeper than ocean floors. Waves of intellect splashed in the shore, smashing the doors of the poetry emporium. I'm flooring them. I'm throwing a moratorium of sinister repetition. It's intuition, my vision. It's reminiscing of Guinness and I'm itching with competition. I've risen past the academy that's apt to be after me to be faculty. Actually, that'll be after they actively battle me, tackling their tactical and practical apathy. It's a fact that is practically stabbing the back of the staff, and it's sad to see. And the masses attract to me. They grab a seat and ask for the heat adamantly. At my feet begging to rap to me, saying I'm that elite. Exactly. Cause I attack so matter-of-factly. And I'm wicked with the wit that I'm tossing. I spit wigs and I spray frost. And I stay accosting, causing exhaustion and applause. It shows my aura grows so bright that my sight blurs, serving to stir opponents. And these are the moments we love as poets.
Sometimes how different poetry can be is not just from poet to poet, it's within a poet, how different things can be, which is another beautiful aspect of this art that we obviously love since we're out here. Next up, we have another regular here at Angry Cow Poetry coming to the mic. Please welcome Jewel Justice.
So this first one is called Jewel Justice. Elegance. Elegance just got a rougher edge. And I don't say that to mean that I don't have the ability to blend in. See, I can be amongst his high society. See, I can be both high-strung, high-class, behave as that high-born, but I'm humble. I'm mellow, down to earth. See, I am not an either or, I'm both. See, I was raised to be a poetic lady of elegant thought. I be daughter blessed by promise, so please don't disregard my previous statements with a but. I be all of the above because my voice booms and bellows like rolling thunder. Yet I am just as meek as a minnow, while my hips sway with the Nile and Euphrates. And see, I yet to be blessed to see the motherland. Yet she lives in the curves of my spine, beats in time through my blood with the banging and calling of the ancestors on the drum. See, I be Jewel Justice, applying my hard edge against these injustices that I see in this world. See, I be Jewel Justice, bringing the protection of the sapphire and its bulletproof qualities. I be Jewel Justice, knowing who I am, being called by my name, knowing where I'm from, respecting these roads previously traveled. See, it's a journey I continue to pave for others. I be Jewel Justice, leaving treasures of knowledge, clarity, purity, forgiveness, patience, and protection in my wake for others to partake of the wealth and their value. Poem. Thank you. So this is a poem that's 10 years old exactly. 10 years old. His eye is on the sparrow. As small as I may be in this very large world, he still sees me. And there is no place that I can try to hide where he cannot find me. There's no shadow upon which he cannot shine a light, for his eye be on the sparrow. There's no refuge that I can seek that will protect me from his sight. Nowhere that I can go to hide. His eye is on the sparrow. He watches me when I believe I am hidden. He sees me so I cannot hide from him. See, he is hide me from all harm that can befall me. His eye is on the sparrow. He's the light upon my path. He guides me when I lose my way. His eye is on the sparrow. He keeps us even when we don't want to be kept. He holds us when we choose to run. He shows us which path to take and go in this maze we call life. his eye is on the sparrow. Thank you. Thank you. I am Jeweled Justice, JEWELED, Justice, and you can find me on Instagram. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Jewel. Next up to the stage, we have someone who's new to performing here at this event, but someone I got to film very recently, killing it in the Temple of Passions last slam. Please welcome to the stage, Stacey.
Hi, y'all. Hey. Alright, so I don't have a title for this one. But I don't usually write fuckboy poems. But if I did, this is probably what it would sound like. This isn't a man-hating poem. This is a fuckboy eulogy. The final chapter of a man full of negative energy. You know the type. The type to text you, what you doing all day? Then he'll get upset when you don't let him crawl in your bed at night. The type to turn any simple conversation into a whole damn fight. The type to be comfortable with making you uncomfortable, and he doesn't think twice. The type to claim he's a 10, but in the last 9 days he made you cry 8 different times. He says he's busy 7 days a week and gives you 6 different excuses. This is day 5 of you staying up till 4 in the morning thinking about him. You know he's talking to 3 other girls, but you blocked that thought out because you love him too much to accept the fact that he's just not the one. So the fuckboy who tried to tear me down, this is for you. I hope when you try to speak, your lips are sealed with super glue. I hope the walls you punch you back. I hope the train you take falls off its tracks. I hope you get fucked over by all the girls you bent over. May you struggle with solitude and lose every time. May you sit with discomfort in every room that you find. I know you probably say I'm overreacting, but actually I'm just having reactions to all the shit you've put me through. See, I've been standing still, practicing understanding, submissively staying seated, heated yet feeling shitted like, hello, can't you see I'm falling into pieces? Because you omitted things you could have just admitted to. Why did you even hit me up if you didn't want to be committed to? And my intuition, it never lies. But my curiosity has betrayed me. While revealing how you portrayed me to be crazy and how you can sway me to believe that I'm always overthinking. And by the time I know it, you're on my side sitting back watching while I'm sinking. Dear men, I promise I'm not here to tear you down or tarnish your crowns, but some of y'all keep some fucked up people around. So tell me, would you still play stupid if this happened to you? Like if someone you love felt unsafe by someone you knew? Imagine getting your heart broken, then finding out they collect and store them like tokens. A faulty connection, causing static within communication. Therefore, the call for understanding drops. The dial tone fades in and out, and now everyone's fucking blocked. I've tried to cry and converse about it, but I just end up feeling even worse about it. Because your adverse expression shuts me down before your words could escape to do the same. But like I said, I don't usually write fuckboy poems, but if I did, this is probably what it would sound like. Alright, so this one's a little on the aggressive side. Like the first one was. To argue with another woman over him. However, I am a poet. And I specialize in turning my emotions into words and crafting them into poetry. Because I know some women in this room can actually relate to me. So here's my masterpiece. You see, I may have had him first, but now I'm going to let you have him for good. Because apparently I have to explain this shit since it's not being understood. Maybe the spot you got is the one you always have, labeled the favorite dummy. See, you're a funny little lady to think my app is something you could ever be. You're a lifelong side piece, forever a secret, searching for the attention you needed from your daddy. You wear second place so proudly, gladly accepting your lousy position, soaking up the little time that you're given. You're like a dog, sitting under my kitchen table, mouth watering for whatever scraps is given. You're like my pet, Yeah. And I say that with all disrespect. See, I don't know if I could ever be so good at settling for less, but best of luck to you. To be honest, they probably made number 2 because of you. I mean, they needed something to name the spot they came after the first, hence your existence. And I'm so unimpressed. I had higher expectations, like maybe you will make him leave me. But the only thing he leaves is you, lonely. After he comes in your ass and doesn't give you so much as a hot rag, he still chose to come home to me. I wonder how that makes you feel, though. Like, for real. Are you cool? Because I don't know what I would do if a dude was making my ass cheeks ashy with his cum stains, but saving my number and his brother's name. Like, he can't even recognize you by your government. That's crazy. And that's a damn shame. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And yet, you still get under the covers with him. Now, that's crazy to me. And you must think your pussy is so incredible. And that he'll never do to you what he did to me. Well, let's see, because you can have him. Here, take him. And you'll see. He never had any intentions of matrimony with you. Only matches humping with you. There is no promotion for you, boo. And even without number 1, you will always remain number 2.
Next month's feature is sitting over here, and if you don't already know, and some of you do, but if you don't already know how talented this gentleman over here is as well, I think you're going to want to come back next month anyway. Please welcome to the stage, QintheStu.
Appreciate the warm welcome as always. Thank you, Keith. Yeah. So I'll be featuring here next month. I'm also a good friend of QuietKid. We're in a group called the Sparrow's Fortune together. That's the group that Keith was talking about earlier. We go around, we do different shows. Morgan and Just Cuz also do some writing workshops as well. So if you're ever in need of a writing workshop, hit up Sparrow's Fortune on Instagram. I think they're on Facebook too. And I will also be featuring tomorrow night at Poetry Unplugged's Writers Room in Cleveland. If you're interested in that, I got a 30-minute setup there, so that should be fun. And so tonight I'm going to perform a poem that I'm opening up with tomorrow. The set is kind of about my life as a poet. I've been doing it for about two and a half years now. So this poem is kind of like me. This is about me like coming to Cleveland, leaving my hometown and starting my life here in Cleveland. So I don't know, hear me out. I'm going to try to do this without my phone as much as I can. But the day has finally come. My life in PA has had its run, I guess. I'm an Ohio boy now. Truth be told, I never thought that I would claim that. For the last 4 years, this was just the place that I stayed at. It was school. Perhaps a summer break or two. I never thought that this is where I would make it to when I made it through, but here I am. I guess it's safe to say that I made it. I got that job I had always been working for, I prayed it, although sometimes I feel a little guilty being so eager to run away from home as if I had a reason to escape it, and now I face the possibility of all those beloved faces, friends and family becoming faded memories, a mere moment. Sometimes I wonder if missing them makes me more akin to baby Quinn, or is actually a mark of my maturity. I will never forget where I came from. I still wear all the scars as reminders. Each one a story of youthful exuberance, kids who play a little too rough, the ones who cuss too much for backyards. So we played tackle football where we had to wait for cars to pass, and we catch lockups after class just to get our jitters out before mom got home. Sometimes we were kids who probably shouldn't have been left alone, but the years following 2008 didn't leave our parents with that option. So we wandered neighborhoods and taught each other how to grow up. We made families out of unforeseen circumstance. We had parents who didn't know they were our parents. We made brothers out of bus buddies. We made after-school programs out of pop cans and peer pressure. We made mistakes and made them over again until we ran out of material. The marks on my knees are reminders that no matter how many drops of red I bleed, I will always be Golden Boy. My hometown lives through my bruises. A city so gritty, they made the flag black and blue, to tell the truth. I live life here every day a little bit confused because this is the home of Superman. I even made my way through that little town called Kent, but I beg the question, what does that make me? When I've been a man of steel since before I could breathe, if you couldn't tell, I'm from a little less north, just a little more east. That southwest corner of the Keystone State is where I carried a pocket full of house keys and lunch money for so many years, from bus stop to corner store back home, usually a bag full of goodies, a head full of less than, accompanied by a gaggle of rambunctious K through 16s, and then one day I grew up and realized it wasn't enough to carve my name in park benches. I needed more than to mark these ancient textbooks with my name in permanent ink. They weren't too good at telling the truth anyway. There was more to be done than pick up sticks and trace my footprints in the gravel. Those treasure maps we made were only a fraction of the distance we would come to travel. If I wanted to remember and be remembered, I would need to find a way to leave my mark wherever I walk, like the ones my hometown left on me. Luckily, they exist as a perfect example that no matter how many times I trip, even if I have to stumble my way through fall and fight the frost that is winter in Northeast Ohio, my mind, body, and spirit are built to last. Yes, I'm here now. And I'm proud of what I've done to make it to this point, but even more, I'm proud to be in position to leave my mark on this place, the way the last one did to me. So thank you to the town of Penn Hills, Pennsylvania, a stone's throw outside the Steel City, for giving me everything I need to build homes wherever I happen to end up. This is not goodbye. I'll see you later. I hope you don't mind saving my spot a little longer. Boom. Thank you. Check out Sparrow's Fortune. Check out Poetry Unplugged. Check out QintheStu. Thank you.
Yeah, seriously, dude. Sparrow's Fortune is amazing. I know some of you are already very familiar, but if you're not, incredible events every single time. We are done on the open mic. How are you feeling? Thank you to everyone who blessed the mic, everyone out there supporting and giving your energy out here tonight. I'm so glad you're all here. We have the pleasure of welcoming back, to close the night out, please welcome back to the stage here, QuietKid.
Good morning. I want to hear some poems.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It all started because you wanted to fuck. You're a fuckboy with an affliction for physical affection, feuding with feelings for late night flings, feuding with feelings of fuck. So those fatal accidents are actually fatal attractions that lead to fatalities the moment you decide to finish her. You're immortal, combating demonic intent, trying to silence the slicing and splitting of souls, and the demons keep calling and you can't resist. They be like, get over here, and now you can't get over her. Her sex is to you what crack is to addicts. That climaxing orgasm you two share, like that feeling when hard shit hits the vein of someone trying to escape reality, and you never just come, but you always go into your own world, illustrious yet immorally inputting poison into the ocean within her thighs. Water pollution makes the pressure too dense to be kept in the sanctity of secrecy, so the whole world knows you want this whole ocean to yourself. So you keep fucking shit into it to a point where no one can wear its waters or bear to ride its waves. Little did either of you know, while you were indulging in darkness, demons were sharing secrets. Just a sidebar. I love Mortal Kombat. It is an understatement. See, those who have seen me play, y'all know you can't beat me in Mortal Kombat. Anyway.
Great.
She too cool for school. Been lifting the weight of being held to impossible standards her whole life. Say demons ain't got shit on the perception. She works out exercising demons and self-doubt since infancy. She has a face like the finest artistry across the entire museum. Her skin kissed the sun and slow cooked into the most beautiful tint, like the most beautiful thing to wake up to in the morning. She be a meal, be sensational to every sense. She be fit for every sensation and every occasion. She is the solution for every equation. Her whole life she's been her own best friend, so they can never ask who built a seat just for her. She built this shit all by herself. Been a fiend forcing at the table only to realize she sits above everyone who could never fix her a seat. Now they all just watch the throne that she sits in. Her glances are golden. She is a living Midas. She is everything that you could never have, but she be all a nigga ever needed though. Personally, if I were able to rewrite the rules, I would write her a wife. I would write the love of her life. I would rewrite everything in her life that ever went left. If it were left up to me, you couldn't get to her until you fully healed. And then I would simply heal myself, knowing that she is a standard worthy of working toward. I would work out every day just to know that I'm strong enough to uplift her. I deadlift my own demons so that I'm strong enough to hold her down whenever she needs assistance. But she's the type who never actually needs assistance. But she can always get it if she wants. She is a pretty peaceful loner. To love her is to give her space. So, compare her to the universe, all while buying it for her. Let her know that her cosmetics are cosmic. She is the shooting star and the wish that comes from it in me. I'll be the one making the wish, because she's all that I've ever wanted. So I only said that poem so I could be a nerd for a few minutes and talk to y'all about space. So y'all know why I always say good morning when I come on the stage? Does anybody know? It's because time is an illusion. It's not real. Yeah. Since I have time on my hands today, I'm gonna let y'all know the full scope of things. Okay, so firstly, boom. Let's say I'm on a sidewalk, right? You know, and I'm standing there. Let's say you driving a car, right? We're not going through space-time at the same time, you know, so your now looks different from my now. So technically, it could be morning to you, and it could be like the afternoon to me, because we are existing in different points in space-time. Because that shit is not real. It only exists so much in our universe. So just feel like being a nerd real quick, just because I feel like
I feel my fellow nerd.
Thank you. I just get all about the universe.
I'm glad you were here whatever time this was for you.
Don't you love having time on your hands?
That's a bar for real.
I am not your shadow. I'm everything your reflection aspires to be. I'll be the manifestation of all foretold prophecies. Chosen was embedded into my soul since before time became a social construct. I was born at the top, that's why I grew up so lonely. Ironically, if age is maturing, then I was raised a guru. Lately I was learning how to stay fly, even with both wings clipped. So while I was broken, trying to be fly for you, I was only ever a fly to you. And you were fixing to make a kamikaze for me, but you could ever put a nigga this fly into the ground. I was born at a higher plane compared to me. Most are just crashed and burned. You like to make my life hard to live to the point where I was going crazy. Knowing your hatred was growing impatient. I was losing sleep, dreaming in pieces, trying to pray it away like Chloe Bailey. But I thought I told you, bitch, I'm a soldier. Smooth criminal in case to cross my aura, so I've been going colder. I'm surgical with this bitch, Jake. I'm certain you shouldn't tempt greatness. I am weight. Gravity's more intense in my presence. I'm pressure, pleasure, and peace compacted into a poet. I'm potent. The plot depends. Depending on how far you are willing to dive, so supply yourself of air for me. Watch the way your kidneys and my currents connect. Isn't that called sinking? The stream will never slow or cease. I'll be infinite, unlimited, and barely accessible, but wipe off from me when floating is like flying. So drift off, swim off, lift off and fly with me rightfully, so my writing is righteous. These are holy waters. The irony is that current are never quiet around these parts. Not even Moses could depart the power of this penmanship. God put poetry in my blood tissue, so if there be an issue, ask the ocean. These waves never thought twice about taking a soul or lifting a spirit. Swallow my silence like salt water. Bet a nigga still feel quenched. I'm an anomaly, existing in every city, in every pothole, in every sink, in every current. Just don't be surprised at how dangerous and deafening it gets within these depths, cause I'll be life and I'll be death. I'm over all the illusions, endorsing all these delusions. It feels like I'm digging through sewage, trying to find the kind of sewers of this crowd who can outright me, but there isn't nobody like me, and it's highly unlikely that my reflection would spite me. You get the message, you see the essence, something like lightning, but they still question how deep this shit gets when I get to striking. Go get your weapon, go get your brethren. I took a liking to being and this leak impressions y'all keep me writing. Hold on. Oh shit. I forgot about this poem. Okay, hold on. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Nobody listens to me. Nobody asks either. They understand the parts of the poem. Nobody questions the person, but everybody wants the poet. It's like people have selective sight to the poems I write. I began writing to prove a point, to be understood, because people are only forced to hear me when I'm on a stage. I do it because I have social anxiety. People don't really listen when I talk, so I speak. Like, I've come to the realization that nobody's listening when I'm speaking either. Not enough to understand me. Maybe my writing just isn't able to be understood. People only accept the things they can perceive. God is a quiet kid, so the universe speaks in sign language. I tend to speak through silence. People only hear when they listen close, but nobody listens close. Nobody hears my quiet, even when it's the loudest thing in the room. They always say, it's the loudest thing in the room. Well, I guess every poem I've ever said has been to deaf ears, and I'm insecure, so let the disabled disarm me, then use my own quiet to harm me. It's ironic how quiet it gets when I'm present. Nobody ever says they can't understand me, they just quietly wish they could. They still find themselves feeling entertained and entitled. Riddle me this. Since when does the addict have authority over the dealer? You get nothing trying to police your way into understanding how polished I am. Everybody wants to speak my language, but nobody wants to learn it. Nobody listens to me. Not really. So what's the point of speaking when no one wants to read into the language you use? I don't stay quiet as a defense. I stay quiet. I don't stay quiet as an aesthetic. I stay quiet as a defense. No wonder people feel so offended by my silence. People tend to hate things they aren't able to read into, yet here I am, hoping you read me enough to understand. Knowing you won't, I'll speak to you anyway. Maybe that's why after every critique, the people who judge me will still come up to me, tell me they loved the poem, that they were rooting for me, that I was the favorite, that I should have won. Isn't it crazy how quickly judgment turns into guilt? People feel bad for not understanding me, but nobody wants to feel ashamed for being ignorant. Ironic. People are quick to shame me when they're ignorant, quick to blame me for their ignorance, quick to downplay what I say in my art, all because what they see is up to par. I choose my peace over my speech any day. I don't really prove a point anymore. I am the point. I am the proof. I am the poem. You've just been deaf because you don't deserve to hear me. I kind of want to show y'all this other new poem. Y'all cool if I show y'all this new poem?
Yeah. Oh, of course.
I wrote it a week ago. Yeah. I kind of just want to get this on camera because time freezes when she talks to me. The whole universe stands still, granting me the opportunity to decide. I choose her every time. I would trade in all the time in the whole universe just for a few extra moments in her presence. No matter how bad life beats me, she always makes hard times feel easier. She makes life feel so clear. She is a sanctuary, so sacred. I feel like God created her before God created time. I've always been in love with the universe. I guess I fell for her easily because she reminds me of stars. She views life so brightly. At first glance, I mistake her for light. Every time she sees me, I shapeshift into a quasar just to match her. I glow that much brighter, even in moments when darkness feels more comforting. I likely always choose the freedom I get that she offers over my own isolation. Sometimes solitude is suffocating. Her light is always the most freeing thing to experience. No matter what lens you view life through, I guarantee if you ever met her, she's the most beautiful soul that you've ever seen. She's the most beautiful soul that I've ever seen. She's so gorgeous, I mistake her for space-time. No matter how slowly a moment pauses, every second with her feels fleeting, like I need to be holding on to her tighter. I treasure moments with her like hours. Ironically, no matter how fast life moves, I'm with her and suddenly the whole universe stands still. Time freezes when she talks to me, but forever is still never enough. Poem. Thank y'all. Y'all enjoying the poems, man?
Yeah.
Y'all still here, man?
Yeah.
Cause y'all real quiet. I don't make eye contact until y'all raise your voice. Raise the octave.
Don't
So how y'all feeling tonight? Y'all playing with the poems, man? Good. How? Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna actually get this off my chest early so I don't forget. So this is a poem for everybody who has ever used me and accused or assumed of me without communicating with me properly. I want those niggas to hear me as clearly as they possibly can. Fuck your mama, and you could suck my dick. I'll make a call and get you pussies touched like phone sex. Then I'ma break you pussies open like a cervical test. Watch how your energy greets me. I get annoyed easily around bitch ass frequencies like you. You know what they say, geniuses are born through stupidity. So I hope I don't someday meet your child and see the same bitch that birthed them.
Oh wow.
You old long index toe neck ass.
Long index toe.
You.
I need a diagram.
We wasn't ready.
Yo, Algerian gorilla fish face ass. You probably still in the toilet backwards and taking shit from the front. Your first mistake was winning the sperm race. Your second one was your mother not gobbling you up and spitting you into a napkin. You are a waste of atoms. You have the aura of a puddle that grew up thinking it was the ocean. You have the soul of a walkway, easy to step through. I stick with niggas like you for the sake of my own adventure, but I see why you don't merge my neck of the woods no more. Cause I'm the big bad wolf, and being brave might get you bit up, rolled up, lit up, smoked out, outlined in ashes. See, the problem is that pussy is too powerful for me to even label you as that. My nigga, you a scrotum. That means you bust when pressure gets applied. I often have to choose peace cause I was raised around dominance. We might have the same roots, we are not the fucking same. Know the difference, nigga, we homonyms. I'm Bruce Wayne mixed with Bruce Lee. My DNA reads that I was born a brand new breed. To all you niggas who think you demons, I'm more John Wick than Keanu Reeves is. I plot on you and choose to let you go. Every breath you take is me being merciful. I should just supply the air you breathe. Don't you ever bite the hand that feeds you, nigga. Cause next time ain't no fucking problem. I'ma just have to bleed you, nigga. So you should watch your fucking step next time I see you, nigga. Boom.
shit.
Thank you.
Yeah. I like that. I'm gonna lie. You gonna lie?
I was been trying my hardest to like not be an asshole the whole time. I said, no, I gotta be an asshole just once. I gotta do it just one time, you know. So I did it. That was it. Okay, I'm done. I'm being nice from now on. I'm gonna be cool now.
I don't know. I'm fucking with the aggression.
You sure?
Yeah.
Hey. Let's see. I know for a fact I don't know this poem, but I'm gonna try anyway. I wrote you a love poem. You marked me as territory. I warned you how intense the temperature gets within my embrace. You will always feel weighted and you will always be warm. I'll be your blanket, your comfort, a calm voice to ease your nerves. And I know you are not my soulmate. You just make my soul feel so happy, so I gravitate toward you like you're a gravitational pull and I'm your personal planet. Or maybe you're the pull and I'm like your personal axis. I have access to balance out everything involving you. I got caught in you, then I got lost in you, and I haven't been able to find my sense of self since. But I love you, even though I've been blind to your bullshit. My spirit is so free today. I could bend your bullshit to my will and you still wouldn't feel dominated. My energy is unmovable, meaning I move with you by choice. I don't know if you'll hear this poem and feel loved or guilty, but I bet you'll think this poem is about you. You drain me, but I would do anything for you, unfortunately. You insert yourself into every poem I write. You wish this love was yours. At a point in time it was, but it was also too intense. And so today, it isn't. But you still put yourself into everything I go through. Like I'm supposed to hold you and hold myself together, but I'm always opposed to leaving you because I know you and what you go through. I rush for you. And you take your time for me, but even if I lightly match your energy, you might light a match to my eyes and then masturbate to my tears, murder me, then get off to my body laying dead in a casket. You're crazy when you don't get what you want. All you want is a poem though, and so you claim them. And so I bet you think this poem is about you. You shoot me signs, and then shoot me down whenever I respond, but you wonder why I'm always so still-faced whenever you call. And you feel bad for wanting me because you shouldn't even want someone like me. And I make it worse because I don't even like you. But I still lead you on to cliffs and force you to face your own bullshit. But you hate it when I call you out on your own bullshit. You'd rather I just stay quiet and let you do all the talking. Let you chip away at my calm, hoping to get an actual response from me. And I'm not sorry. And to be honest with you, you've been nothing more than a booty call that I have not let touch me yet. And you keep on fucking with me just because you want to fuck with me. You and me still might fuck, then I'm going to leave you alone. I'm going to hurt your heart on purpose. And I hope you know this poem is talking about you. You probably wish this poem wasn't talking about you. You probably regret wanting a poem about you now. I never wanted you to need me, but you do. Whether you admit it or not, I don't get on your nerves because I am your nerves. You refuse to function without me, so I've been used and reused like recycling, and I'm so sick of the bullshit that comes with keeping my calm, cool composure around chaos. Around chaos. I forgot the last two lines of this poem.
Happens like that sometimes.
It does. I don't even the rest. Everything came so smoothly. I've been on an edge, not because I want to jump off, but because I've been trying to fight the urge to throw some of you niggas over. Whenever I've been irked or tested or tried or bothered, I've broken just a bit more, but I'm happy to break because I know that once I go, I'm taking some of you niggas with me. This poem actually applies to more than one person. So if you think this poem is talking about you, you right. Poem. So, if y'all have enjoyed both of these sets tonight, and you don't already know who I am, pull your phones out right now. I can see y'all. I know who doesn't know me. I will stare at you. So I'm on Instagram at QuietKid22. You know, that's QuietKid 2. Y'all got it?
Got it.
Cool. I see some thumbs up, so I'm, yup, boom, shakalaka. Alright. Yup.
Give it up one more time for QuietKid. Keep it going for Kurt Ritter, opening feature. Rialto Theater. For all the amazing voices who blessed the mic, and for all the beautiful faces in here tonight. Thank you all. See you next month.